Hi guys! I just came out of my appointment today. Every month I have a monthly appointment that I go and I see the doctor, I see the nurse, I see a dietitian, and a social worker. And they all come in at separate times just to talk to me. For real though, so every month I get a report card. And this report card was a little bit bad, not super bad to where the doctor like shunned me or something. Okay, so my potassium was a 4.6, which is good because the normal range for potassium is 3.5 to 5.5. So potassium is like, you know, the bananas, oranges, tomatoes, stuff like that. The potassium really helps you. It has to do with your heart. Now, if you're on PD like I am, potassium is cleaned constantly through your dialysis. If you are on hemodialysis, you have to watch your potassium more than PD. Well, potassium is only cleaned when you go to dialysis. That means that while you're sitting, you know, at home, the potassium is already building up inside of your body. Oh, this camera work is so hard. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm still new at this. But okay, so that's what the potassium is. Albumin is the protein. So my protein was a 3.9, which is a little low. It has to be greater than a 4.0. So what I've noticed with my diet is I'm still eating, you know, the normal beef, chicken for lunch and dinner, tuna, fish, whatever you have. But whatever I have, I mean. But I stopped eating eggs in the morning and now my protein is a little low. So obviously that means I need to go back to adding egg to my diet. I just stopped eating eggs altogether for some odd reason. I don't know why. I just haven't had the urge to eat them. So my protein's a little low. Phosphorus. My phosphorus was a little high. Now, you're supposed to take your phosphorus binders. I'm a little bad at taking it when it comes to snacks. When I eat a chocolate bar, I don't think, okay, I need to drink my pills. That's really bad of me to do that because it's chocolate. You're supposed to drink your pills with it. The reason you drink your pills with it is because your dialysis doesn't clean phosphorus. It doesn't clean the phosphorus out of your body. And that's why you take your binders, so that when you eat food, it attaches to the binder and just comes out of you instead of going into your bloodstream and such, you know. My calcium is good. It's a 9.0 and the range is an 8 to a 10. It says 10.2, but I didn't really want to say 0.2, but I already said it. So it's cute because on this paper, I'll show you guys the paper, but on this paper it shows you, like, it says your calcium is normal, good job. Normal calcium helps you have healthy bones and heart. Continue your dialysis diet as ordered. Okay, KTV. The KTV on the kinetic volume over volume. I forgot what KTV means. I'll put it right here. But so the KTV is basically when every 3 months you do your regular dialysis. The day before, they want, if you do urine still, they want all your urine in the container. They want a sample of your fluid that you receive, that comes out of you during the night. And they're gonna take your blood, and is that it? Okay, so with the sample of your dialysis and your urine, they figure out how clean your blood is. Basically, they try to see how good the dialysis is cleaning you. If they need to up your dose, they need to change your bags. Or if you're not doing your dialysis daily like you're supposed to, they could tell if you're not when you do that. I'm gonna say procedure. I don't know what to call it, but they just send you home with containers so that you can write what you have. So Usually with PD patients, they want you to be responsible for yourself, you know? So as a PD patient, I just have to tell you guys that you have to be committed to doing this, you know, to doing your dialysis every single day. Yes, there are days that I don't do it, like if I go to my mom's house and I want to sleep over there and I don't have my machine, then I'll do a manual over there and then I'll do my dialysis when I get home. That's okay, you know, that's okay. Don't go one day out of the week every week without doing it, especially if you're a water drinker like me. I love drinking water all the time, and that's why hemo was so hard for me, because I need water. I feel dehydrated without having water like every hour or something. But that's what the KTV, it basically tells you how clean your dialysis is cleaning you. So the better your KTV, the better your life is going to be, because if you're clean, you know, your blood pressure will be normal. You'll feel better during the day, because I know when I don't do that, when I skip a day of dialysis, the next day I don't want to do anything. I feel horrible. It just makes me not want to miss a day, because why not do it? You're asleep while it's happening, you know, like it only takes like 30 minutes to connect yourself. And I'll do a video on connecting yourself later. My PTH is good. It's a 435, and the PTH is a parathyroid. Their parathyroid level, and that's basically for your bones. Now, if you're on PD, I forgot to pick up my calcitriol. If you're on PD, you need to take your calcitriol. Please take your calcitriol. I didn't think it was important, but it is very important to take your calcitriol. It needs to be taken every day. And if you don't take your calcitriol, your bones can actually calcify themselves, and then you'll have like a hard part on your arm or on your chest or on your leg, or whatever you have can turn into a hard part, and that's just really horrible. So my hemoglobin usually goes low because of my menstrual cycle. Sometimes I get really heavy menstrual cycles, so it gets my hemoglobin goes low. Because of that, my hemoglobin is a 10.8. Now the range is 10 to 12, and mine is a 10.8, which is still normal. But in the past, I've had days where it was a 10 and then it just goes to a 6, which is like, by the time you get to a 6, you probably will get a blood transfusion. But my doctor was very, he was checking me a lot, because he didn't want to give me a blood transfusion, because it puts you on hold for your kidney transplant, and he didn't want that to happen. But luckily, when he was giving my shots, you know, I got my iron and it started slowly coming up, so I didn't have to get a blood transfusion, which was awesome, because I didn't want to be put on hold for the transplant. So with my hemoglobin being at a 10.8, my doctor gave me an iron S shot before I left. Well, my nurse, she gave me an iron S shot before I left. And those things hurt. Oh my god. Every time I get those shots, I'm like squeezing the other hand. They told me it's because they're cold, that when it goes and there's a shot, it just hurts. But I don't know what it is, but it still hurt. Okay, my glucose is always good. I don't eat sugar a lot. Like, I don't like, the worst thing I eat that's sugary is probably like dark chocolate, and I'm not even supposed to have dark chocolate, but I mean, I can have dark chocolate. If you're on PD, your diet is more flexible than someone on hemo. Just remember that. So I like, anyways, like today I asked my dietitian if I can have bananas. She's like, of course you can have bananas, because when you're on PD, the potassium gets cleaned right away. So I was like kind of shocked a little bit. But she was like, most PD patients don't realize they can have bananas because they're so used to not being able to have bananas. Like, that was the main thing. You can't have bananas. You can't have bananas. But as a PD patient, you can have bananas. You're supposed to actually eat a little, like, I guess I eat normal when it comes to potassium because my potassium level is normal. So, and since I get cleaned, I probably have a normal potassium intake that I do. Anyway, I'm like going off track. My cholesterol is good. It's 112. It has to be lower than 200. So it's pretty good. But that's probably because I stopped eating eggs. And my vitamin D is good. Make sure you guys are taking vitamin D capsules if you're not on hemo, because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, when you're on hemo, they give you the vitamin D while you're on the machine. If I remember that correctly. Alright, you guys, so that was my report card. My name's Candy. I know I should have said that in the beginning, but alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be good. Take care of your kidneys, drink some water, and sleep well. Bye. They're doing push-ups. Bye, you guys.